Ever wonder how long the Roman Empire actually lasted? It's a question that sounds simple, but the answer is surprisingly complex. Was it 500 years? 1,000? 1,500? Get ready, because we're about to untangle one of history's greatest timelines. Most people think of the Colosseum, Julius Caesar, and legions marching in formation. This is the classical Roman Empire, the one we see in movies. But that's just one piece of a much larger puzzle. To really understand its duration, we need to decide on a starting point, and more importantly, an ending point. That's where things get interesting. Let's start at the beginning. You could argue Rome's story begins with its legendary founding by Romulus and Remus in 753 BC. This initial period was the Roman kingdom, ruled by kings. Then, in 509 BC, the Romans kicked out their last king and established the Roman Republic. This is the era of figures like Cicero and Spartacus, a time of massive expansion and political drama. For nearly 500 years, the Republic thrived, laying the groundwork for what was to come. But the Republic wasn't the empire. The transition was a messy, decades-long process filled with civil wars. The pivotal moment came with one of history's most famous names, Augustus. After defeating his rivals, Augustus became the first Roman emperor in 27 BC, ushering in the Pax Romana, a 200-year period of relative peace and stability. So, if we mark 27 BC as the official start of the Roman Empire, we have our starting line. Now for the tricky part, the end. The most common answer you'll hear is for 76 AD in that year, the last Western Roman emperor. A young boy ironically named Romulus Augustulus was deposed by the Germanic chieftain Odoacer. For many historians, this event marks the fall of Rome. The Western Empire, which included Italy, Gaul, Spain, and North Africa, had crumbled under the weight of internal conflicts, economic crises, and constant external pressures. So, from 27 BC to 476 AD, that gives the Western Roman Empire a run of about 503 years. Not bad at all. But hold on, it's only half the story. Literally. Did you know that when we talk about the fall of Rome, we're almost always just talking about the western half? Back in the 4th century, Emperor Constantine had moved the capital of the empire eastward to a new city he named Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul. This Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, was every bit as Roman as its Western counterpart. The people of the Byzantine Empire called themselves Romans. They followed Roman law, Roman administrative systems, and for a long time spoke Latin as well as Greek. While the West was falling apart, the East was thriving. It became a beacon of art, science, and Christianity for centuries. It preserved the classical knowledge of Greece and Rome that might have otherwise been lost. So, if the Roman Empire continued in the East, when did *** end? The Byzantine Empire weathered countless storms, including wars with the Sassanid Persians, the rise of Islam, and conflicts with Slavic kingdoms. It survived, adapted, and endured for nearly 1,000 years, asterisk after asterisk the fall of the West, the final curtain call for the Roman Empire. In this continuous line came in 1453 AD. In that year, the Ottoman Sultan Mehmed, the conqueror, captured the city of Constantinople after a heroic but ultimately doomed siege. The fall of Constantinople was a world-changing event, marking the true end of the Roman legacy as a political state. So let's do the math. If we start with Augustus in 27 BC and end with the fall of Constantinople in 1453 AD, the Roman Empire lasted for a staggering 1,480 years, almost a millennium and a half. Think about that, a single, continuous political entity that stretched from the time of sandals and chariots to the age of cannons and gunpowder. And we could even stretch it further. If we count from the founding of the city of Rome in 753 BC, including the kingdom and republic, to the fall of Constantinople in 1453 AD, the total lifespan of Roman civilization as a continuous state is an incredible 2,206 years. That's longer than the time that has passed since it finally ended. So, how long did the Roman Empire last? The answer depends on your definition. About 500 years if you only count the Western Empire. Nearly 1,500 years if you count its continuation in the East. and over 2,200 years if you count the whole Roman story from its mythical beginnings. It's a powerful reminder that history is rarely a simple story with a clear beginning and end. The legacy of Rome didn't just disappear in 476 or 1453. It lives on in our laws, our languages, our architecture, and our ideas of government. What do you think? Which date makes the most sense to you as the end of the Roman Empire? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a fantastic debate with no single right answer. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure.